5 Points Bank of Kearney, your community bank. That means they invest in assets locally, make decisions locally, and also take the time to know you. 5 Points Bank, the better bank, truly cares about what's in it for you. And we're just about ready to go. And it was, it would have been Wood River who won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half. So Gibbon will receive, and they'll be heading south and try to get things going here. And a reminder for you that you've been listening to the New Tech Seed pregame show. New Tech Seed, your yield leader. Contact Terry and Jason Stark, our New Tech Seed dealer, near you. We just have a few more seconds left on the clock, Don. Last thoughts as we get ready to go. The last game of the season for both these two teams.
Yeah, should be a very good game. I'm glad we're playing it tonight and not last night with all the snow and rain and everything, but we're in a good booth anyway, so
it's all about us, and it's all about us.
So it should be a very good game. It should be a lot of fun.
And again, that's a pretty good natural rivalry between these two teams because they're just down the road from each other. And Logan Rivera, a good football player, is back deep to receive the kickoff, and teeing it up here is Burr. So Burr will put his foot into it. Ball, of course, spotted at the 40-yard line, and pretty good toe on that. Picking it up is going to be Rivera. Rivera cuts to the outside, and pretty good swarm of Eagles right there as they stop him just as he gets to the 30-yard line. Not much of a theme there, just doing a nice job of just getting what he can. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes right from the 30-yard line.
Yep, like you said, it was a nice kickoff. Logan did a good job of fielding it and taking it up the middle and getting what he could out of that. So he, did a very good job.
Pretty close. And their quarterback's going to roll out to his right and throw it in underneath, and incomplete. Nice job. They're trying to get the ball in underneath to Jordan. Just off the fingertips. Not a bad little roll out there.
Well, it's been rolled to his right side there, and River had pretty good defense on that one that time, and he tried to squeeze it in there, and not a bad throw, but there was a lot of Wood River guys right there also.
Yeah, I mean, there was just a really small box he could throw that ball into. Now Bench will step in under center. He'll put a man in motion, and they'll just kind of do the little quick pitch to the outside, cutting up in underneath, and not much room to run at all in underneath there for Van Meter. So Eli Van Meter didn't have much room to run at all.
No, not toss to the right side, and had Rivera coming in motion, and the defense didn't really bite on Rivera coming through the motion, and they just kind of, as he got the ball or Van Meter, they just kind of swarmed him under.
So that's going to make it now 3rd and 9 here. Van Meter comes out of the game. And it's going to be a shotgun formation here at the bench. And he's got 2 wide out, well, not really wide to the right. Actually, he's got 3 there, and then split out wide. I think Gibbon thumping their hands like they got Wood River outside and flags on the field, and it does appear that they did.
That looked like a little bit of a hard count, and Wood River a little agency to get in there and jump the ball that time.
So Van Meter now can get back into the game. After that 5-yard play, that opens up your playbook a little bit. There's a lot more things you can do here on 3rd and about 3 versus 3rd and about 8. Quick pass, and it's caught by Logan Rivera down the sideline, and Rivera will go from about the 38 all the way down to the, 27.
And we said that at the beginning, we might see a little bit of trickery and everything coming out tonight. Nice job of fake punt right there. Rivera just reaching down the sidelines and They threw the ball to him, and he picked up, about 30, 40 yards on that play. Get him down to about the 30, 27, 28-yard line.
I got that being a gain of 45. I'm doing the math in my head, so take that with a grain of salt. Ball spotted officially at the 29-yard line here. Low snap. Bench throws it in underneath, and they're going to wave it off. Couldn't quite see from this angle whether he caught it or not. It was thrown down low, and they call it incomplete. Intended, and it was thrown where only Coach Bench could get his hands on it, but it was incomplete.
Yep, as he didn't have a whole lot of time as he rolled to the right. Wood River was feeling pretty good, and he put the ball where, like we said once before, that short little window that he had, but there's quite a good bunch of Wood River guys there too.
So it'll be second and 10 from the 29 here. Clock will stop. We've got about 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, so it's still very early on. We'll put a man in motion. Benj will get the snap, drop him back. That man that was in motion is open. They throw the ball over there and just couldn't make the connection. I think there's just a question about the route that Dalton Jordan was trying to take there, and I think the quarterback threw it in the right spot, but maybe the receivers who couldn't see the field probably as well as he could didn't quite run to the same spot where the ball was thrown. Potentially been a touchdown.
Yep, because he was behind the defender just a little bit, and if it could have been, just a little bit, closer to him or something there, but like you said, I don't know if he quite got the route right or what, but it was a good pass, pretty good pass.
Well, thrown to the open area, but it's a lot easier for the quarterback to see that open area sometimes than it is for the wide receiver. They'll put a man in motion, Benj is in under center, and boy, pressure right underneath, and it's intercepted. They threw it in underneath, and the linebacker coming right through the middle. They hit him right between the 1 and the 3, and Mitch Bossart will say thank you for the football, and it'll be first and 10 here for the Eagles.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right up the middle on Benj, and then they turned trying to get the pass off to the tight end right there. There was a lot of pressure, like I said, on him, and he threw it to Wood River that time, and like you said, he just turned right there, and there the ball was.
Well, tip your hat to Aaron Roberson. Roberson is the one that put the pressure on the ball, and now we'll play on the offensive line here as we'll hand the ball in underneath, and a little line search is about all we're going to get here for the Eagles. They'll unstack everything, and there'll be a short little gain for Johnny Martin, and Martin, 205 pounds, banging forward, gains about 3 yards.
Yep, and as you said, they needed just a little bit of a line surge. They break that eye. They like to run a lot of Maryland eye, and they just kind of follow it back, and he gained about 3 yards that time.
So they do run that Maryland eye where you have basically 2 fullbacks and a tailback, and they'll hand it to that final tailback back there. And running with it is McTavish. McTavish tries to bounce to the outside. Pretty good pursuit over there, and I think he actually lost, actually gained about 4 inches. It's either 4 forward or 4 back.
Yeah. And like you said, Gibbon had a good pursuit that time as he tried to cut it to the outside. There wasn't much in the middle, and Gibbon did a very good job of pursuing that time.
So this is going to sit at 3rd and a long 7 here, closer probably to 8 from the 38-yard line. Got to get past the 40 just a smidgen. They'll put a man in motion, one back in the backfield, and they're rolling out with it. And they'll throw the ball deep, and there's an opening there, and it is incomplete. Actually overthrew the intended receiver, and it ended up being closer to one of the other Eagles down there. Diving for the ball was Brian Burr. They were trying to hook up with McTavish, but it actually got closer to Burr than McTavish.
Yeah, it did that time. And Gibbon had pretty good defense on that time, as they were right there for the coverage on that, and there wasn't much room for him to throw the ball.
So a pass incomplete by Bossart. Now it's a punting situation, and it's a wobbler that's going to go out of bounds just past the 40-yard line. It'll be first and 10 here for the Eagles who are around the 39, and that one ends up being a punt of only about 17, 18 yards or so.
Yeah, it kind of went off the side of his foot, off to his right there, and kind of like you said, a wobbly punt that just ended up netting only about 17, 18 yards.
So the battle of field position, because of the fake punt that Gibbon ran, Gibbon right now kind of winning that battle of field position because they'll go into business first and 10 from the 39. This is about 10 yards better than their first possession. And so we'll see what the Eagles do here. They got one back in the backfield. Put a man in motion. And they'll hand off to that tailback, and boy, there's just no room to run there whatsoever. So Van Mater really has nowhere to go, and is going to end up losing about 4 yards.
No, as Martin was right in there as Binge had turned the handoff to Van Meter. Martin was about right there as to take the handoff from Binge that time for Wood River, as Wood River had great line pursuit that time.
And you know, football coaches fudge when they mention people's weight. So when you put down 115 for your tailback, you know he's not real heavy. They'll run the shotgun here. I think there's a flag down, and it is intercepted. Intercepted, and a little bit of room to run here for Burr. Burr cuts to the outside. He's going to be down to about the 25. And the flag thrown is where you usually get offensive holding. So I think this is bad news here for the Gibbon Buffaloes, and a pretty good defensive play by Burr, who kind of jumped around a little bit, stepped in, and made a nice return.
Yes, he did. You know, as I believe it was Dalton Jordan kind of made or out towards the middle. Burr kind of jumped the route. Dalton was open right off the bat, but as he jumped the route, he was able to pick that one off and return it down to about the 25-yard line for Wood River.
Still haven't seen the indication what the penalty is. The officials are still talking here, but they're going to call a legal procedure against Gibbon. And they're talking with the Wood River coach, the Wood River captains, and this is the easiest decision in the world. They say, no, we'd kind of like to have the football right here instead of just backing them up. They actually would have lost yards had they taken the penalty. They would have lost the ball and yards.
And then there was a flag on Wood River on the return for holding.
Oh, okay. So that's probably why I didn't see that flag either. So that took them a little while to get that all sorted out. So the ball will be spotted just short of the 40-yard line. So, and again, they go through the signs here a little bit. They do call that hold, and that is taken. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Eagles. Ball spotted. We'll call it at the 41-yard line. It's just outside the 40. Whenever it says the 40.5-yard line, that is what it is. So here come the Eagles stepping up underneath. They'll put a man in motion. That'll be McTavish. And they'll hand the ball off on the inside. That's going to be Johnny Martin. And Martin banging around. And that big number 49 gains right at 10 yards. And that's where they'll mark him down. They'll be just short of a first down.
Yep. You know, good line search by Wood River that time. And he just followed his fullback right up the middle. As they split that Maryland I formation, he just followed the fullback and ended up gaining 9 yards on that.
So you don't see a lot of number 49s running the football, and you don't see a lot of 49s in the game anyway. They'll hand it off again to that tailback, and he'll run with the ball again. Well, Martin bounces off one tackle, cuts it to the outside, only one man to beat, and he's in for the touchdown. A 33-yard run for Johnny Martin, and the first points of the ball game belong to the Eagles.
Yep, as they put a guy kind of in motion, and as he got to Martin right there, they kind of snapped the ball, and then they handed it off to Martin. He kind of followed that fullback right up the middle, and he doesn't need a lot of ball over because he's a big kid himself, and he took it to the house that time.
His 10th touchdown of the year for the Wood River Eagles, and now to try to tack on the extra point will be Endig, and his kick is up and no good. So our score remains 6-0. Wood River with the lead, and they'll be kicking off to the Eagles with 7:08 to go here in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Wood River. We're back to Gibbon right after this. A yard run, and it is 6-0 Wood River here in the early stages, and we've seen some up until the touchdown and the interception. The biggest plays were kind of put together by Gibbon here in the early stages. We're still only midway through the first quarter, but already you're 2-5 last game of the year. Gibbon needs to kind of get their stride here a little bit. I mean, their biggest play was on a fake punt. They need to get something going here offensively.
Yeah, they do. You know, they could get a good return here or something and get some good field position. Maybe that would kind of help them out too.
So Rivera will pick it up at about the 15-yard line. He's got a little bit of a wall there, collapses, and the first one there for the River to make the tackle was Trace Armstrong, and he's in the embrace of Trace Armstrong there, and the rest of the Eagles come up, and he'll be short of the 30-yard line. Will Rivera actually moved the file forward at the last little surge there, but there is a flag on the play, so we still haven't decided exactly where we're going to be going into business here.
No. He's got a holding call.
Block in the back.
Yep.
Got that little block in the back, and that'll back them up a little bit more. As it's 6-0 here in the early stages.
Yeah.
Earlier today, if you missed it, Kearney Catholic did win out in Benkelman by a final of 40-13. And I think Eddyville Miller played this afternoon and won big as well. Kind of a weird weekend. Half the games were last night, the other half are tonight.
Yep. Or this afternoon.
Or this afternoon. Or never did find out if they had the lights yet back out west for Kearney Catholic.
Yep.
Benj in the shotgun. And they come with the blitz. He rolls to his right. They pick it up nicely. He's got a man if he can get it out there and throws it, and it's incomplete. And they couldn't make connection. Open for a split second there was Dalton Jordan. And so Jordan couldn't come up with the pass from Cody Benj, and it is incomplete. And again, there was an opportunity there.
Yeah, there was. As he rolled out to the right, Wood River blitzed and got kind of blitzed to the other side on the other side of the line formation there, and he rolled the opposite way, so he had a little bit of opening, and through the pass as Jordan was coming down the field, there was just a little bit of an opening there.
Cody Benj has yet to complete a pass to someone from Gibbon. Run the little option, and they'll pitch the ball ahead to Van Mater, and Van Mater is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 26-yard line, so that'll be a gain of a good solid 5 yards on the play. I think technically that might be a forward pass, but I'm going to put that down as rushing yards.
Yeah, they did a good job that time of just kind of shuttling it to him, and he got the corner a little bit and picked up about 5-6 yards on that play.
So that truly was the option. They ran it, and you can either pitch that ball as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage. I think that went a little forward from our vantage point here. 3rd and 5 from the 26-yard line. Van Mater in the backfield. Benj is under center. He's calling out the signals. We'll hand it to Van Mater. A little bit of a seam there. Slips through there. And boy, with that lunge, he's going to be awfully close. If he doesn't have it, yeah, I think he's got it, though. I think that's going to end up being a gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, like you said, right off the bat, it looked like there wasn't much there. And he kind of lunged and snuck through a little bit of a crease there. As, like you say, he's 115 pounds. He got enough for a first down that time.
Cold nights, I wear 150 pounds worth of clothes. 115 isn't very big if you're going to hand the ball off to him, especially when you're running between the tackles. He went in there with no fear, and now he's got a fullback in front of him as they go at the eye. They put Van Mater in motion. Benj is under center. They'll hand the ball off to the fullback, and boy, there's just nothing going on there. I didn't catch the number. They kind of move a couple of different guys around there. They actually handed the ball in underneath to keeper Michael.
Yep, as Wood River kind of blitzed him quite a bit, and there wasn't much there as he kind of handed off the fullback. Wood River was right there with the blitzing linebackers at that, so there's no gain on the play.
Not at all, and Gibbon wants to talk about it here. They'll have it now 2nd and 11 from the 32. They call a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 6 for the touchdown here for Wood River. And, Wood River bigger, stronger, and, they are. They're just, you take a look at just the numbers and stuff, and just look out there. You can see that the guys with the white helmets are a lot bigger and a lot stronger, so Gibbon is going to have to kind of counterpunch that. And you don't just always run outside, and you have to just kind of find your seams and then get your spots, but stuff like this is what we're going to see. Trips to the right, shotgun formation. Benj is going to throw the ball. He's got a man there and can't make the connection. It is incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Logan Rivera was there. They could have made the connection. That might have gone a long way.
Yep, if he would have just had a little bit more time, Benj, I think, could have made that connection with Logan, as Logan was on the left side, and they had trips to the right, and they kind of turned back and throw to his left side, and Logan was out there, just didn't have much time to throw.
So Benj has missed his first 7 passes, and this is a passing situation. He'll have trips to his right, also has a running back to his right side in the shotgun, throws it to his left, of course. Logan Rivera running through there, hit him right in the hands, and it is incomplete. And I don't know if he'd had enough for the first down anyway, but he'd like to get something going.
Yep, as he ran kind of a slant route that time right towards the middle, and Benj did a good job that time of hitting him right in the hands. That time it just dropped by Logan that time.
Now again, if you're Wood River, you got to kind of respect the fake here, because Dalton Jordan last time hooked up with Rivera on a long pass, and he is in front formation here. And I think Gibbon's going to have to call a timeout because they have some personnel issues out there. And I'm not so sure that their problem is that they got too few. Either too few or too many, but they are all ready to go. Wood River still has a little time to get out here. Now they break their huddle. And Back deep for them to receive the punt will be Jensen McTavish and Brock Baxter. Not often your starting linebacker is your kick returner, but that's the situation with Baxter and the old rugby-style punt here. And boy, he got it split into that one. And that one's going to bounce all the way back to about the 16-yard line. McTavish is going to bring it up, and he's going to be pulled down short of the 30. That's a pretty darn good punting. That kind of flipped the field a little bit. You go from the 32 to the opponent's 30. That's pretty good flipping of the field.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting that punt off and then getting a nice punt as it went over his head. Kind of got a little bit of a bounce to it, too. And McTavish finally got it tracked down and picked up. He just kind of danced one way into the other and just took off and got what he could out of that.
You know, a lot of times when you do that rugby stuff, you take about 3-4 steps. That was only about 1 or 2 steps, that rugby style, but by goodness, he hit a good open spot in the field, that's for sure. And in motion for Wood River, and they'll run the quick pitch. Johnny Martin up the middle, and he's going to hit right there. Nice job. Textbook tackle there by Cody Bench as he was coming in underneath.
Yeah, as, running back Wood River that time just tried to go to the outside, and then, Bench kind of shucked off the block and just kind of stepped to the inside and made the tackle. But like you said, it was a textbook tackle by Bench that time.
Martin got 33 fewer yards than he got last time, and there was a hold. So that makes things even worse. As they'll back him up 10 yards. So it will be 1st and 20 here. So shotgun formation coming up here for Wood River. It's going to be Bossart in the shotgun. Going to call out the signs, and he's going to attempt pass, throws to his right, has a man over there, but overthrows Shad Smith, so it is incomplete.
Yep, that time, as Smith was out to the right side, there wasn't much there. As Gibbon had very good coverage that time on Smith, so there wasn't a flag on the play as we got holding him.
Yeah, another hold, and that's going to back him up even more. So, tell you what, Wood River's heading the wrong direction right now.
So it's going to be about 1st and 30-some, is not where they spot it.
Yeah, what's in the playbook for 1st and 30? Yeah, there you run your screens, you run, just general stuff. You know what I mean? Just if it breaks, it breaks. But you're not going to get 30 yards on this play unless something breaks. Bossart's going to step up. They are going to throw the screen. And it's caught on the far side, down the sideline. Nice little tackle there for Smith made the catch, and the tackle was by Austin Jordan. Read it pretty well, and ends up being a nice little gain on the play. Gained about 6 yards on the play.
Yep, as the quarterback just kind of rolled to the right and came through back to the left. And like you said, you're going to run a screen play or something like that. You got 1st and 30 to go. You got to try to pick up what you can.
And, again, if it breaks, it breaks. Yep. So here, Bossart's going to roll to his right, roll out that way. He is caught over there, and he got enough for a first down, breaking another tackle, and down the sideline, one man to beat, and he breaks through there. Touchdown for Wood River. Seth Bossart is going to go the distance. Covers 81 yards for the score.
I guess that's the play they need on the 2nd and 19 or 21 from the 19. Nice little.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Oh, yep, there is.
There's a flag on the play. It's coming back. So, again, with that rollout, one of the offensive linemen got too far downfield, and that's going to take an 81-yard score off the board.
It's very good, run or design play there for Wood River on the pass route to the right side, but all for nothing as he went 81 yards. Now he's going to have to come back and see if they can find that 2nd 20-some play again.
So Bossart to Bossart, that would have made a lot of fun at the family reunion. They've been talking about that at Christmas for years. That stayed on the books, but instead it's going to be, 2nd and a gob. It's still going to be 2nd and 26 here. So 2nd and 26. And again, Bossart will be in under center. He'll step back. It could be a double pass, and they're throwing it deep, and it's a duck, but there's a guy wide open over there, and they're going to get a first down out of it.
Yep.
The pass complete to Burr, Chad Smith got that lateral, picked up the block over there, and then threw an absolute duck, but there wasn't anybody around Brian Burke.
Yep, and that's one of those that, you just want to get it down there to him. And like you said, it wasn't a great pass, but it got down there as he made the catch, and then the Wood River people or Gibbon people got back to make a tackle, but he was wide open about 20 yards behind him as they threw the double pass that time.
So gain of 28 on the play, and we have a stoppage here, another penalty. And I'll tell you what, Wood River, it's hard to run when you shoot yourself in the foot as many times as they have.
Yeah, and they look like they're going to be going moving up, moving the ball back in.
Ball again.
So offsides here again. They've had an offside. They had an 81-yard touchdown taken off the boards by a legal receiver, an ineligible receiver being downfield. They've had a couple of holds. And Gibbon has turned the ball over twice. So everybody's made their share of mistakes. Maryland I here. Last back through, they hand through there, and McTavish fighting for some yards. And they unstack everything. You get those two lead blockers there. And he'll get back most of what they lost on the penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yep, as he just, like you said, he gave it to the last back there, and he just followed the other two backs on the right side, picked up about 4 yards.
You got the first dirty jersey, you got the second dirty jersey, and I'll try to run over the third one. Quick handoff on that right side, no room to run at all. I don't think they got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to set up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, because they just gave it to the fullback, the first fullback through, and there wasn't much there, and he just hit a wall of Gibbon buff that time, and he picked up about 1 yard.
So it's going to set up a good 3rd and 10 here, ball from the 46-yard line. Again, they're going to go Maryland high. And a little crossbuck action, they come on the reverse. And running with the football is going to be Bossart. Bossart breaks one tackle, gets to the outside, and is going to have enough for the first down. Well-designed play there.
Yeah, it was. As they had that Maryland eye, and he just kind of went to the right side, but then they brought the end on that side in reverse action, handed it off to him, and given all the Buffaloes went for the Maryland eye, and they got to the outside and picked up the first down on that run.
So they gained 19 on the play, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. We got about 2.5 minutes, a little bit more than that to go here in the first quarter. Big little pitch on the outside to Mike Mitchell and Martin's dancing around a little bit. He's a lot of dancing for a guy listed as a fullback, but he also does a lot of running with the football too. He gains about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, as they tossed it to the right side, and there wasn't much there, so he cut it back, and one of the Gibbon guys just dove at him, and he kind of hurtled over him, and then picked up what he could on that.
So Johnny Martin, again, most fullbacks, we're kind of used to the Makovica boys at Nebraska over the years, and it's just ugly football. He likes to run with the ball, and he carries the ball about half the time. Quick little pitch out there to McTavish, who loses the football, and it gets right back to him. Oh, my goodness. He's living a charmed life. He needs to buy a lottery ticket on the way home.
Yeah, as he got the football, and he kind of got sandwiched between two Gibbon guys, lost the football, but it was just, as he went down, it was right there in front of him. He just reached out and grabbed it.
No, he wasn't all the way down when he fumbled, and as he was going to the ground, he kind of lunged right to the ball, and he, fortune smiles on those who fight hard, I guess.
Yep.
So it'll be 3rd and 2. I'm sure this is 4-down territory with the ball at the 27-yard line. And in motion, Martin is hit right at the line of scrimmage, tries to push the pile forward. He didn't get a whole lot done because he ran into Jackson Kenton. And Kenton, again, good job of throwing in that hole.
Yeah, as Martin got the ball and, taking off with it, Jackson Kenton did a very good job filling the hole there and standing Martin up and kind of driving him back a little bit. So it'll be about 4th and about a yard and a half here.
Boy, you could hear that hit all the way up here.
That was a good hit.
That was good football right there. It is 4-down territory. 4th and 1 here for the Eagles. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. Great line surge, and that's going to be enough here for Bossart to get the first down.
Yeah, like you said, just a good line surge by Wood River's offensive line that time, and he picked up the first down pretty easily.
ESPN 1460 delivers the score. Valentino's delivers the pizza. Here's some scores for you. Shattering 14, Hershey nothing in the first. Fremont over North Platte, actually tied with North Platte. No score in that game in the second quarter, and we'll check some more scores for you here after this play. 1st and 10. Bossart looking to throw, has a little time, lost it in the end zone, and it is caught just short of the end zone. It'll be 1st and goal. Great catch in traffic by Brian Burr.
Nope, they're calling it an incomplete.
Oh, they waved it off.
Yep, they ended up waving it off. So as he kind of came down with it, Gibbon guy just kind of hit him right there on the helmet, right on the football, and just lodged it a little. So they called it incomplete.
Wow. Wood River calls timeout. I thought they were marking the football. The official came in there and put his hands up, and I thought it was called a catch. And, well, he keep fighting until you hear a whistle, and apparently that's what Gibbon did. We got timeout here for Wood River. That stays in bounds. I'm sure we'll talk about what to do as we head into that period between the quarters. Maryland I. Dropping back to throw, and in underneath it, off the hands. Boy, that was a great strike, but off the hands of Seth Bossart. So Mitch couldn't connect with Seth, and it is incomplete. So, of course, they said that's probably the last play. We'll play another one because they stopped the clock for the incomplete pass.
Yep, Seth went back, or Mitch went back that time for the pass. He did a good job. There was a window there to throw it to the other Bossart, and just kind of went off his hands as he, stretched out there.
That was a tough catch in traffic. But I'll tell you what, that was a well-thrown football. I mean, that was, you can't pin that one on the quarterback. That was not an easy catch. McTavish gets the pitch on the right side, breaks a tackle, has the first down, lunges forward, and he's going to be spotted near the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Eagles.
Yeah, nice, just quick toss. Wood River got right up to the line of scrimmage that time, and quick snap, just tossed it to the right side, and he got the corner. He followed his two back, got the corner, and ended up picking up about 8, 9, 10 yards that time for the first down.
Actually, it ends up even more than that. It's right at 14 yards. They're quickly up under center, and they're going to roll out. Bossart looking to throw in the end zone, looking for somebody, and it's back the end zone. Is it caught? It is a touchdown! Great catch in the back of the end zone for Burr, and that'll make it now 12-0, the final play of the first quarter.
Got a flag in the backfield.
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, they're talking with the captains for Gibbon. Yeah, I think we'll take it. I don't care what it is. We're going to take it. You know what? Wood River's running off the field. I think they have to play one more down on this end.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think they do. I think they have to have one more untimed down here.
So, yep. As one of the Wood River guys is going, no, come on back, guys. You're right.
One of the 11.
Yeah.
I didn't see what they called. Did they call holding?
Yep, holding. Holding on Wood River.
So that takes a touchdown off the board. That's unfortunate because that was a great catch. Because the coverage was good too.
Yep.
That was a pretty darn good football play by a lot of kids out there.
Yep.
If you're Gibbon, you're happy with it, obviously. Well, and think about it. The pressure being put on the quarterback was good enough to make somebody hold. So that was a good play too. Pressure on the quarterback this time and rolling around looking for somebody to throw. And boy, I tell you what, he's just not going down, but no room to run there for Bossart. Bossart is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's just about it.
Yeah, as he rolled out to the right, when he got out there was one Gibbon guy, and he kind of made him miss, and he took off and just picked up, what on that play, but there wasn't much there.
Gibbon, better know where I am. I have to drive home when I get done here. If I don't know where I am, I can't find where I'm going, can I?
He's up in Elm Creek.
And nobody wants that. That was just a joke. If there's anybody from Elm Creek listening, it's just a joke. It'll be 2nd and 23, ball at the 24-yard line here for Wood River. And remember, they've scored once on this drive on an 81-yard pass that was called off by penalty. They've been able to fight off about 5 penalties on this drive. Bossart's going to roll to his right, throws to his left, and it is incomplete. They wave it off. It is incomplete. Yeah, they didn't call it. They didn't call it for the longest time, and it is incomplete. And I think that's the right call. But I'll tell you what, Keeper Michael is the guy that busted up that play. It was going to be a screen over there. He fought through that first block so well that the running back took his eyes off the ball to see where he was at, so Shad Smith wasn't able to make the completion.
Yep, as like you said, he did a great job of fighting off the clock. He read that screen play as they ran it one other time. He rolling to the right side, throwing it back to the left, and he was right there to break that up.
So they'll put a man in motion, Boxhard under center, going to roll to his left, looking to throw, pressure coming, steps up, throws, and it's intercepted. Gibbon with the interception. There is a flag where the interception was, and there's going to be a late hit about 5 yards out of bounds. And good job by one of the teammates of getting Jack Ganglish out of there.
Yeah.
Ganglish made the late hit. And we'll see what this is. Right where the interception was made is where there was a flag thrown. It was Cody Benj who made the interception, and then Benj was hit late. So they're going to have to sort all this out.
Yeah, and there's a flag back at about the 3-yard line also, too, Randy. And so they'll kind of have to see what both flags are for. We know what one is for.
Yeah, the last one, the end of the plays, was pretty clear. He almost had to run through players on the sideline to actually hit him.
Yeah, you're right. As Benj was just, kind of stepped off after he picked that play off. He picked up what he could and just stepped out of bounds. And he got hit out of bounds pretty good, too.
Well, the biggest issue is the flag that's down at the 1 or 2 yard line over there. Because if that's pass interference on the defense, then there's all sorts of things that could go on here.
Yep. Officials are all kind of huddling to see what they're going to come up with here.
Here we go. We have, it looks like, pass interference. That's going to go against Gibbon, the intercepting team. That'll be an automatic first down. We also have dead ball unsportsmanlike against Wood River. I think those might offset. I don't. But there is an automatic first down with the pass interference. There is an automatic first down with pass interference.
Matter where they're going to end up spotting this. Wood River will have the ball, I believe.
Yeah, because the late hit is a dead ball foul. So you might mark off the pass interference, give them the first down, and then you technically would mark off the unsportsmanlike.
Yep.
Then I think it'd be first and 15 because you haven't had a snap, so it wouldn't be first and 25. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think it's going to be first and 10 by the time we all stack all this. I'm just not exactly sure where the football is going to be. I think they're going to mark off both penalties. Everybody, hey, I feel like breaking out pictures of the kids because we're all just standing around looking at each other right now. The officials are working this one out, but I'm really sure that when we get done with this, it's going to be first and 10 here for Wood River.
Up as they got the pass interference called.
Yeah, and that ends up being about a gain of 5 yards.
Right now, first and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, ball will be at 27. Actually, a gain about 5 yards there. So, for a while, we'll get this all done. But we got it done, and I think it's right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's one of the weirder situations. It's one of the more unusual situations you run into. So, here we go. First and 10, Maryland High. Benj with the pitch to McTavish. McTavish on the outside has a couple of blockers. Cuts back in, has the first down. Is up into there. There's a flag on the play right where the tackle was made. There was also a lead blocker there, so that could be one of a couple of things. Gain of about 10, and we'll see what the result of this play is here. There'll be too many hands out there. That should be pushing the blend back. I think when we get the second indication of this, it won't look quite as much like pass interference as that last indication was.
As McTavish did a good job of following his blockers there, but ended up getting a nice gain out of the play, but it's all coming back.
Yeah, and it's a spot foul, so it's going to be 10 yards. More that was 5 yards down the field, so it's going to be first and 15 here. Maryland High once again rolling out is going to be Benj. He's got a little pump fake. Now he's going to throw the ball deep into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Great Catch in the end zone by Seth Bossart as he makes the catch from Mitch.
Yeah, nice little route there as he kind of ran an out and up route as Mitch was rolled off to the right side, and he got behind Benj, and Mitch Bossart put it right in the right spot where he needs to be.
And look, no flags.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to do that. You know, they've had the ball for about 6.5 minutes on this drive.
Yeah, they have. It scored a couple of times.
It's the third touchdown they've had, and the first time they're actually going to keep it. They're going to go for 2. Benjamin's rolling to his right, throws it in underneath. It is caught, and the 2-point conversion is good. Receiving the ball is Shad Smith, and now it's a 14-0 lead here for Wood River. A great play for the touchdown. Bossart to Bossart from 31 yards for the score, and now it's 14-0 Wood River. We're back after this. Again, that's about a 28-play drive because he had all the penalties that were out there, and actually an interception at one point that was called back because of pass interference. That was a very unusual drive here, but very successful for Wood River. Rivera with the kickoff, nowhere to run. He's just trying to find a little seam, and he's going to be planted after he gets what he can. Good coverage that time by R.J. DeLeon, and DeLeon with a nice tackle on special teams.
Yep, as, when he picked up the ball, kind of looked up, and then he saw a lot of Wood River people coming at him, and he kind of made a one move to the left and just kind of got going and picked up what he could.
There was those 4 guys on one side and only 3 on the other, so I said, I'm going over there. You know, I got a 25% fair chance over there. Probably didn't do the math quite that quick, but it's basically what it comes down to.
Yep.
So in under center is going to be Cody Bench. Bench throwing the ball, and it is incomplete.
Wood River had a lot of pressure on him again this time, and Wood River's getting a lot of line pressure on him, and they're bringing the linebackers every once in a while also, so they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Well, right now they're kind of feeling their oats too, being up 14-0, and that was an impressive drive. And you got to remember that most of these kids, when they play, they play both ways. So you have success on offense, you kind of feel that on defense. Benj in under center, they hand it off in underneath, and a quick little dive. And not a bad job there by Van Mater getting what he could.
Yeah.
And again, he's met by somebody about his same size in Garrett Lambrecht. Lambrecht is 140, Van Mater 135.
And Van Mater, he's a freshman kid. He's doing a good job out there, just trying to choose little spots here and there, and he's picked up about 4 yards that time. But he had another run a while ago in the first quarter, about 10 or 12 yards.
And again, he's running between tackles, and he's not intimidated in there. And a lot of times you don't see that out of freshmen. And we got some movement up front. And we'll see who's got the 5-yard infraction. Thought the offense moved, but I'm not so sure it wasn't until after the defense already moved. Yeah, the defense did. And in high school, the defense can't come across and cause the offense to move.
Yep, as that's what happened with River right there. They jumped into kind of the neutral zone there and made Gibbon jump also.
I should have been. I haven't been keeping track of the penalties, but I don't know if I got enough paper.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, my goodness, there's been a ton of penalties here on Wood River. So they're not, the Football Hall of Fame is not going to be asking for the game total of this one.
It was close enough as they moved the football ahead. It was close enough to take the measurement out of it.
Just a little bit short. Again, it's one of those strange things. They walk it off and then they measure. You know what I mean? Yep. The referee should have just lunged forward just a little bit farther.
He's about, half a yard short, so it brings up third down for Gibbon.
So we got 10:33 to go here in the first quarter. Gibbon second quarter rather. Gibbon just a little bit short, and Mater in under center. Long count. He's going to go to his right, and a little spin after he was hit. is going to be enough. Then in there, Johnny Martin, and kind of just spun off it a little bit. It wasn't a true quarterback sneak because he actually ran off the tackle.
Yeah, as he, most of the quarterback sneaks, he just kind of go right up the center, but he kind of took it and just went to try to get it out to the outside, and he got enough, about 2-yard gain. Or
the linebacker filled that area up pretty good, and the line surge was just good enough for Gibbon to get that first down. Benj under center. No cross-clock action, and no room to run at all for Alex Steele.
No, that time Gibbon got up to the ball there. The linebackers just kind of went, and they kind of got right to the line of scrimmage, so Wood River had about an 8-man front, and by the time they handed off to the running back, Wood River was right there.
So the scores here: Hastings High 27, Grand Island Northwest 6 in the second, Adams Central 9, Aurora nothing in the second, and Kearney leads Lincoln Southeast. Actually, that game is tied at 7. I'll get you some more scores as Benj throws the ball deep and through the hands and incomplete. They tried to get it to Rivera, and Rivera very well covered by Seth Bossart, and that was pretty good hand-to-hand combat. But after the ball got to him, so there wasn't any penalty, but that was pretty good hand-to-hand combat just as the ball got there.
Yes, it was, as Rivera just ran a fly route right down the sideline there, and Benj did a good job of getting the ball where it needed to be, but as Logan did a good job of getting his hands out there, so didn't the Wood River guy, kind of fight up on the hands too.
Another score for you: Giltner 30, Silver Lake 6. That game is in the second. Just more scores here in just a little bit. Benj is going to drop back. He's going to throw. He's going to throw the ball deep yet again and overthrow Rivera. And Rivera is looking for a flag, and I don't see one out there.
No, I don't think there is either.
Yeah, I'm not so sure there should be one either.
Yeah, as most of them were running down the sideline there, and it was good. Oh, yeah, there is a flag, but it's back to blank.
Keep looking long enough, you'll find one. That's going to be a hold on Gibbon, and I think they're going to call that one off. Ogallala lead him a 7-0. That game's also in the second quarter. So McTavish will be back deep here for Wood River, and so's back. And we got another timeout here for Wood River for personnel. So again, it'll be McTavish and Baxter back deep to receive the punt. And in kick formation will be Dalton Jordan. Now, he's been in kick formation before and didn't kick it. So we'll see what they do here. I don't know if you run 2 fake punts, especially when you're back as deep as they are at about the 35-yard line. He's calling out the count, though. He gets the snap. He is going to kick it. Last kick was a pretty good boomer. This one's not too shabby either, and it's going to be picked up by McTavish. McTavish up to the right side, spins through one block, running through another tackle, and he's going to pull down at about the 45-yard line. Not a real fancy return, but one that was pretty effective as he ends up gaining about 18 yards on the return.
Yeah, and like you said, it was a nice punt. Pretty good hang time too. And when he got the ball, there was a Gibbon guy right there. He kind of made one guy miss on the tackle and picked up a little bit more yards. Like you said, he ended up picking up about 18 yards on that return.
Well, I mentioned before, it's unusual that a linebacker like Brock Baxter is one of your return guys. Well, he's a return guy, so he can go hit somebody. Yeah. And you don't really want him to catch the football, and he made a pretty good block to get that thing started. Wood River will hand the ball up, and it's going to be Johnny Martin right up the middle, and unstack it. He's going to be just a bit short of midfield, so not quite a gain of 5. And again, nothing fancy, but again, a gain of right at 5 yards.
Yep, very effective. Push the line ahead, and by the time they unstack, Mark ends up with about 5-yard gain on that play as Wood River is kind of winning the line of scrimmage battle right here with their big linemen that they have.
And they got more size. I mean, and pounding at him is definitely part of the game plan, I'm sure. So for Wood River, Bossart will take the snap, and there's a flag.
There's a flag on the board.
It's strange stuff there.
There has been.
Half the teams moved, the other half didn't. It was legal procedure. Well, they gave up the 5 yards that they had.
Very good as far as the goal, bit of a break for Gibbon this time. Get back, the 5 yards after.
And you can kind of hear in the background they're announcing the Gibbon cross-country team finishing 4th as a team today. Individual state champion. Here's Bossart threading the needle, and the ball is caught. Or is it? Yeah, it is caught. Great catch and trap. My goodness. It's an impressive snag there by McTavish. But there's a flag on the play. Again,
holding on Wood River this time. So, as you said, it was a good catch and a good, pass.
There were 3 blue jerseys down there, and for a while I couldn't even tell who had the ball because McTavish just had buffaloes draped all over him.
He ended up catching the football and making a very good catch, but as we said, holding on Wood River, so it'll bring it back.
And again, one of the things that's impressive about that to me is Bossart put it, yeah, there were 3 blue guys, blue jerseys down there, but none of them really had a chance to really grab the football. I mean, the only guy that could make a catch was the Wood River receiver. Yeah. Quick handoff in underneath, little counter play. Trying to bounce to the outside and breaking through one tackle is going to be the quarterback, Bossart. And he is forced out of bounds. Nice little gain on the play. Check that. I wasn't number 13 running with the football. It was number 3. I had it right anyway. I should have said a darn thing. It was Seth Bossart.
Yeah, as they ran that little counter, faked the handoff up the middle and just kind of gave you a little bit of a counter to Seth Bossart around the end. And it looked like they had him at the very beginning at the line of scrimmage, and he kind of broke the tackle and ended up picking up some yards that time.
So he had a 19-yard carry on a play very similar to that earlier. Here a little bit less effective, and they're going to run that double pass again, and again it's going to be effective as a diving catch down there by Seth Bossart. Chad Smith with a nice throw. They call it off. They wave it off. The round can't cause a fumble, but it can cause an incompletion.
Yep, as like you said, that was a nice design play as they ran that double pass again, as they tossed it out here for a lateral pass, and then they tossed it down for Seth. And Seth dove for the football, just hit the ground just as he caught it.
That's the 3rd time he's thrown the football. Here it's going to be a punting situation, and it's bouncing around, and Jordan's going to get out of the way. It's going to be down there at about 27-yard line or so.
Yep, it was kind of a low kick, and there's nothing that Jordan really could do. He just had to kind of get out of the way, and wherever it ended up, bouncing, that's where Wood River take it.
So plenty of time here, obviously. We got 7:35 to go here in the first half. And it's been an entertaining game. It's been a very strange game. And last time I've seen, that many Yankees, I was doing laundry somewhere. I mean, that's just been flags on the field all day long.
Yeah, it always seems like after somebody, either Gibbon or Wood River makes a big play, too, there's something. There's always a flag on the football.
Yeah, that wipes it off. Benz will step in under center. And he's going to throw a lateral. I believe that's a live ball. They're going to wave it off. They call it incomplete. The official standing right there waves it incomplete. They're trying to get the ball to Van Meter, and they're going to say that that's a forward pass. And again, the official is right on the line of scrimmage.
Yep, that was very close. And he just took, 2 steps and kind of threw it. And Van Meter kind of coming out of the backfield. But
yeah, that's the last Saturday. That's Nebraska folks in that state. And he put the ball on that, just in case.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up that memory there. People in the press box are now looking at me very poorly. Benj will be in the shotgun. Quick little handoff to Van Meter. Van Meter on the outside really has nowhere to run. Great play by Johnny Martin.
Yeah, Martin did a very good job that time of coming up and making the play. As Van Meter tried to bounce to the right side, there just wasn't much there as Martin came up and made a nice hit on it.
Actually, Van Meter did a good job getting back the line of scrimmage. They'll give him credit for no gain on the play. That really should have been a loss of about 2. Yeah, he's only 135 pounds, but yeah, he's not afraid. No,
and he's afraid to take it up the middle and bounce it wherever he needs to.
And he just runs hard. He's a freshman. He just doesn't know any better. He'll go in motion. Benj is the only back in the backfield, and he's looking to throw it in underneath, and it is through the hands of his intended receiver, and incomplete. Trying to hook up with Colt Benj.
Yep. As Cody had the pressure on him right off the bat, as Wood River came, from the end there, just coming in as hard as they could. And he threw it, but, you know, he had a person there, Colt being right there.
Kind of throwing it on to that back shoulder, and Ben should make the adjustment to the ball. So in kick formation is going to be Jordan, and McTavish sure is the guy that's going to be making the return here. Baxter will be his blocking back, and actually it will be Baxter who carries the football. And he's going to return it down to about the 48-yard line. So near midfield, and there is a flag on the play. I didn't see any blocking going on. That has to be something on the tackle, I would think.
Yeah, because I think he just got the ball and just took it straight ahead to pick up what he could.
Unless he did an invalid fair catch signal. I didn't see the fair catch signal. If there was one. I mean, I'm making that up right now. I haven't seen any indication of that.
Officials get together here to figure out where they're going to.
At halftime, I want to sew those hankies into their pockets so they can't pull them here or not. Get to the head. They're going to call a personal foul. On low to the head there.
Yep, it must have been on the tackle there or something after the tackle or right there. The official was right there to make the call.
Well, you want to protect the kids. There's no doubt about that. That's the most important job the officials have. But, that's why they're wearing a helmet, isn't it? So the ball will move across midfield. It'll be spotted about the 38-yard line. Man in motion. Big throw pitch on the outside to Johnny Martin. Martin takes the outside corner, cuts back in, picks up a block, runs through one tackle, and is pulled down at about the 14-yard line.
Got nice, just quick toss to the right side. And, Martin got to the outside as he ran Cooper across, get to the outside, and very good job by that Martin that time to get to the outside. And once he got to the outside, he had some good momentum, but he's a big kid as he took off down the field, picked up another block by the end, and did a good job of picking up a lot of yards that time.
Boy, he does a lot of things right. He had the ball in the right hand. Just really a good-looking little running back there. It's little, if you call 205 little. Yeah. And they'll pitch it to him. They'll run the reverse. On the right side is McTavish. McTavish trying to get the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. So Jensen McTavish on a little sleight of hand action. Everybody collapsed on Martin, and then McTavish got the handoff to the outside and took it all the way in for the touchdown. Talked about in the pregame, you work on these plays all year. There's no sense not using them.
Yep, as they, did it with Martin on the first play. They're going to get to the outside. They tossed to him this time, and then he gave it off to McTavish coming around. Nice run, McTavish.
And the trying point, the kick is up, and it is good. So our score, 21-0. Wood River with the lead over Gibbon. We'll return back here to Gibbon High School right after this timeout.
Put your collar truck back to factory stuff.
In the second quarter, and if you're Gibbon, you want to try to get something good going here. You still got plenty of time. We're only midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, you do have plenty of time. They just need to get, like you said, a little bit of something going to get some momentum going on their side and try to pick up a couple of first downs. What can happen here.
I'll tell you what, you're 2-5, and the other team starts rolling on you a little bit. It's really gut check time.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing. They need a good return here and see what they can get going off it.
Not a bad kickoff. Rivera has it on that right side. Picks up a block on the right corner, and somebody kind of ran through Van Mater. And as a result, it ends up being a nice little tackle on that right side over there. I think the tackle for Wood River was R.J. De Leon again.
Yep, as Logan picked it up, took off, and it looked like there was going to be a nice hole, and there was a pretty good hole as he picked up pretty good yardage to get up to 28, but it closed pretty fast as Wood River's got great pursuit.
And hey, a little almost swinging gate here for Gibbon, and I think we're going to have a timeout here for Wood River. They're going to talk about what we want to do. Let's have a little bit of fun. I love it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
So of course, now that we've talked about it, we're gonna run a regular formation here, and later on we're gonna see if you guys remember what the coach just told you.
Yep.
That's coming. Benj is under center. Oh, misdirection. They run it around this way. Logan's got the football, and he's gonna be hit after a short little gain on the play. And Dalton Jordan Not much room to run there at all. Like I said, Logan, but I meant to say Dalton.
Yep. They just ran that, a little bit of a counter on this side, and, they had everyone to the right. They ran it back to the left side. They ended up picking up about 4 or 5 yards there.
They need to come up with a new sheet here because he is the sixth Buffalo to run the football tonight. Benj rolls to his right, throws it into his tight end underneath. Has a nice little gain on the play. Gains a couple of yards as Austin Jordan makes the reception.
Yeah, nice little route by Austin that time. And good job of rolling to the right side. And Austin kind of coming underneath, and he hit him right there in stride. For another about a 4-yard gain now. It brings up about third and a long one.
And that is the first pass completion of the game here for Benj. He'll step in under center. It'll be third and about 1.5 yards. And Nader is in the backfield. And I think there might have been a problem with the exchange, or they just got stuffed as they were trying to quarterback sneak. But it is kept by the quarterback, and he maintains possession of the football, but they do lose 1 yard, and that's going to be fourth and about 2.5.
Yep, I think there was, like you said, Randy, I think there might have been a little bit of a problem with the exchange. If not, Wood River did a good job of getting some line third right off the bat and making the minus yard run.
So we'll see what they do here. It's 4th and 2. They are in punt formation, and they will punt the football. High kick, and it is through the hands of Baxter. Baxter does pick it up. He's got some room, trying to get to the outside. Breaks for contained, and there's only one guy left, and he is tripped up to short of midfield.
We got a flag on the play.
Of course we do.
As, he picked up the football and went through his hands, and then he picked it up and got to the little bit of the wall on that side and made a nice run, but we have a flag about the spot where he picked it up and got to the wall.
I'm not sure that official doesn't have a hole in his pocket. I think he just falls out.
Give him some thread. Throw that up a little bit after.
I just might throw that yellow hanky right in his pocket.
So we'll fix that hole with this yellow hanky.
4:02 to go here in the second quarter. They are backing that up because of the block in the back. And the ball will be spotted, where are we at here? About the 15-yard line, just outside of it. I'll check that, just outside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so instead of being about the 42, they backed up to the 20-yard line with 4:02 second quarter.
Yeah, because Baxter bounced that out pretty nice.
Yeah, he did.
Everybody kind of collapsed when that ball was loose, and everybody kind of got out of their lanes a little bit.
Yep, he got to the little bit of that wall, and one guy left to beat.
So, again, in under quarterback, going to be Bonsart. Bonsart's going to pitch it out to the outside. That's going to be Martin. Martin has the first down. Little delayed move, and is going to be stopped just short of the 40-yard line.
Yep, as Johnny Moe, we got another flag on the play right down here. So, as he got to the outside, he must got a hold by one of the receivers out here. So,
blocking the back.
Blocking the back on one of them. So, as that 14, 15-yard gain is going backwards now.
Well, and if it's the one I'm thinking of, and it doesn't mean that it is, you're going to block somebody, you're kind of engaged with them. If they turn their back, I don't think that's a penalty.
Yeah.
But that happened out there once. It doesn't mean it didn't, there wasn't a different penalty out there.
Yep. And then, as he got to the corner, Martin, he got a little bit of speed on him also out there.
Yeah, when we don't hear the numbers of who the penalty's on, I'm not so sure that that's what the call was. We'll hand it to Martin, and Martin is hit behind the line of scrimmage and is wrapped up there. That is a yeoman's effort by Chad Hartman. Hartman reached out with one big paw and pulled down Martin. You tell me how easy that is to pull down a kid that's been running roughshod all day and is about 200 pounds on you.
Yeah, and he was right there as Martin got the ball. Hartman was right there to make the tackle, so nice job by Hartman to get in there from his middle linebacker spot.
And boy, that was an impressive tackle. It was not textbook, but it's impressive because Johnny Martin's not an easy kid to bring down for a loss of 2. Here, they'll throw the ball to the right side, and it is well covered over there, and incomplete.
Yep, incomplete. Benj did a very good job that time. Very good coverage by Benj, and a nice pass that time also. by Bockhart to throw the football, and Bench did a good job of lunging there and just knocking the ball away.
And it was intended for Seth Bockhart. Bockhart and Bench have had pretty good battles over there. They really have. And then, one's defensive back, and the other one's receiver, when the other one's defensive back, and the other one's receiver. So they've had a lot of back and forth tonight. Shotgun formation. Bockhart will throw in underneath, and it is caught right down the middle. Good coverage, but an even better reception was Seth Bockhart.
Yeah, nice pass by Bockhart that time as he went back, and Seth ran a kind of a 10-yard in route, and as he made that cut, the ball was right there, and he did a good job catching the football and picking up the first down.
That's a gain of 23 on the play. That is enough for a first down. And again, 2:40 to go here. We snap the football. Bockhart rolling to his right. Time to throw. High pass and intercepted. And again, pretty darn good coverage for Gibbon, obviously. And Cole Bench makes the interception. Great coverage against Burr. And Bench just jumped up, had that inside position, jumped up just a little bit higher, caught the ball at the highest point. That was a great catch.
Yes, that was. And good coverage by Gibbon that time as Bench went up to the football and came down with it for Gibbon. But like we said, he had just about a step there, and he did a good job of coming back and going up to the football, making a nice interception.
Now, if that was third down, I'd say that was a pretty good punt, but it was first down. Bench now will be at quarterback, and the officials throw their, you-know-what. Flag is a four-letter word in this game. And that's got to be offensive. Yeah, well, maybe not. They're backing up this way. Apparently, they lined up offside.
Yep, must have right off the side.
So Wood River with another penalty.
Gibbon got right to the line of scrimmage. The flag came right out. So it's been Wood River just lining up on offside themselves.
So it'll be 1st and 5 here. Bench steps up, has time to throw, throws the ball deep, and it is tipped and then caught. Yeah, they called it. It's caught. By Logan Rivera.
Very good deal.
Good coverage underneath, almost intercepted, and then Rivera, the second one to the ball, ripped it away from the defender, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, Seth Bockhart was right there to, a good coverage, but it got tipped, and Logan kept his eye on it and made a nice diving catch that time for Gibbon as it was 2:18 to go in the second quarter.
So 1st and 10, and they pitch ball to the outside. It is on the ground, and on this near sideline, can't see who comes up with it. Bench comes up with the football.
Yeah,
they're going to maintain possession.
As he just tossed it, kind of ran a little bit of a, option play and tossed it out there. The ball went off the running back's hand, and the Bench just pounced on the ball to retain the football for Gibbon with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards on the play, but they're losing the football, that's for sure. Bench will be in shotgun formation. He'll roll to his right just a little bit. Pump fake, now has to roll a little bit more. Throws the ball up high, and it is incomplete. Good coverage down there. Closest man to the football was Dalton Jordan. And Jordan well covered by Burr.
Yep. Ryan Burr did a good job of covering that time. And, Bench rolled off to the right side. Burr was, Bench was out there, but, he threw the football to a spot where, only the other Bench could catch the football, and Burr did a good job also of covering.
Well, even though the clock is stopped with a minute.
Builders to make your project awesome, cool, and awesome.
Well, we're hoping to be bad to the bone here in Gibbon. And again, Gibbon's moving the ball here. They want to keep some momentum going a little bit after that big pass play a little bit ago.
Yep. They need to get something here too, Randy. They're 21-0. If they punch this one in, go down only 21-7 at half.
And have momentum. Yeah, that'd be huge. And I think we should have a flag here. Bench is going to throw the ball deep, and it is incomplete. And I thought that the near wide receiver down here got a good head start. pass is incomplete, and I don't see any flags.
I don't either, Andy. And, Ben put it in a spot that, his receiver is going to have to go get it, or it's going to be incomplete, as there was pretty good coverage that time by Wood River.
And it is going to be fourth down. Wood River is going to be in a... No, they're going to go for it. Here's the Oklahoma swinging gate again. They got a wide out to the left, a quarterback and a running back. They'll give it to Van Mater. Van Mater on the near side, down the corner, picks up a block. It's tripped up, otherwise he's gone in for a touchdown. I think he's got enough for the first down. As Van Mater went up the middle and has more than enough for the first down. He has it easily.
Nice little play as Van Meter got it. They came right at Van Meter. He just kind of tossed it to the bench, and they just kind of tossed it to Van Meter. And Van Meter, he's a good little running back. Only a freshman, and ends up picking him. One guy got him by his shoestring, basically.
So he gained about, we'll call it 19 yards on the play. He needed 15. So a 19-yard gain on the Oklahoma swinging gate, and a pass up the middle, and it is incomplete. I think the receiver stopped the route.
Yeah, and, they had the swinging gate open here again, and they faked a little bit of a toss just to Van Meter, and then the guy that centered the football, he's eligible.
Yeah, because he's in.
Yep. He went downfield, and they just misconnected that time.
And, the kid that isn't normally in that situation, snapping the football, he's used to catching it, is Austin Jordan. Jordan is the center here, and he is also the end. And they're going to look to throw it down over there again in the corner, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, but nice coverage that time. Bossart kid was right there with Logan Rivera, and it was just a kind of a throw of the ball to Logan. Logan has a little bit of height advantage, and as the football got there, Bossart did a good job knocking it away.
So Rivera with an opportunity there, but couldn't quite get to the ball. Again, a safe throw.
Yeah. Yep, because if Rivera's not going to catch it, it's probably not going to be caught by Wood River on that last play right there, even though Bossart had a very good coverage.
Again, we go with the swinging gate formation here. Most people are on the right. Benj steps up, throws in underneath, and is caught by Rivera. Rivera is going to be down at about the 10-yard line. Yep. And that's going to be probably close to a first down. We'll see exactly how they mark it.
And nice job that time by Rivera as he, went...
he's wobbling. Yeah. He's been hit hard, and he needs to take a knee. I think we might be dealing with some concussion issues right now for Logan Rivera. Yep, they're going to smart the ball at the 10-yard line. Rivera still coming off the field. He's on the sideline, and that's taking a little bit of the air out of the balloon here.
Yep. As Gibbon, moving the football, minute 20 to go here in the second quarter, down to the 10-yard line. Back to conventional football right here.
And Benj is just going to run right up the middle, and he's going to gain maybe about 1-2 yards. There wasn't any room to run in there.
No. It's kind of neat to see that swinging gate for about 3 plays in a row there. A lot of little different things. Once to the back, once to the guy centering it, once to the receiver on the left side.
And there's still another half dozen options out of that formation, too. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do out of that. Bench puts the man in motion. He's got 2 backs in the backfield with him, and he'll take the snap, step up, throw, and off his receiver's hands, and incomplete. Trying to get the ball up to a guy with some pretty good range there. Yep. Dalton Jordan, he's 6'1". He can jump up there a little bit, a little high, but he wasn't able to come down with the ball. That'll make it now 3rd and 9.
Yep, and it wasn't, a bad pass or anything either. He just a bit high. Nice hit by Bossart as the ball got right there. Bossart hit, put him, a good hit right on him, and just lost the football.
You don't get the touchdown here on 3rd and goal from the 9. I think you probably go for it. I don't think 3 points is going to make you feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, I think so too, Randy.
Man in motion. Benj is under center. He's going to fake the handoff, step up, throw, and it is incomplete. Again, I thought that was a pretty good-looking ball, but Austin Jordan, I think, might have not been ready to receive it, and it is incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 9 from the 9. 37 seconds left. Time not an issue at all here because I don't think they can even get a first down.
As they, that's a pretty good play call that time.
I thought that was a pretty good play call, and they are going to, it appears anyway, we'll see, that they're going to kick the field goal here, because into the game is Kiefer Michael, and high snap. Michael puts his foot into it. It is up, and it is good. 26-yard field goal for Kiefer Michael, and Wood River is finally giving up the points as the Buffaloes use Oklahoma swinging gate, get her down to close range anyway, and Michael hits a 26-yard field goal at first points of the night here for the Buffaloes, and who knows, like I said, we've seen a lot of stuff tonight. Who knows, maybe an onside ticket here. Let me just say I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, like you said, Randy, that's kind of fun, neat little points on the board. They were in a little bit of, disarray there, trying to get the extra point people on and to try to kick the field goal from about 20 yards there. So, but nice job by Gibbon, getting the ball down the field and moving the football this time.
Now teeing it up here is going to be Chad Hartman. As big number 71 puts his paw up in the air, and he's going to kick the ball deep. I guess he's not going to do any shenanigans here. And the ball will be picked up at about the 20-yard line. That far side, really no room to run at all for R.J. De Leon for Wood River.
Now, as he kicked it off, and it kind of looked like he was going to try to go out of bounds. The ball didn't, get there, so he picked it up and just kind of picked up what he could out of that and just goes straight ahead.
And again, all bets are off, with the last game of the season here. 25 seconds left. We saw a game last week where they threw the ball deep and ended up getting intercepted and ran back for a touchdown. So you'd say maybe the smart thing to do is take a knee, but that's no fun. That's no fun. So pitch it back. And Martin just maybe he'll gain about 4 or 5 yards. Nice little safe play here, and that's probably going to do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like Wood River is going to get back up to the line of scrimmage. They're just kind of stepping in their huddle formation right now.
I don't think anybody has any timeouts now.
I don't either.
So, there isn't a whole lot you're going to be able to do here. So that's going to do it. We head to the locker room. Gibbon gets points on the board late in the second quarter, and not as many points as they wanted, not as much momentum as they wanted, but you got the goose egg off the board, and sometimes the first points are the hardest ones to get.
Yep.
And that's kind of been the case here so far tonight. So they start coming back a little bit in this one, and Wood River right now has to feel pretty good about themselves as we head to the halftime.
Yeah, I think so, Randy. Wood River moving the football in a lot of different ways.
We haven't seen the end of the playbook. And we'll be back with the second half. You've been listening to the Ravenna Sanitation Halftime Report. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
First in personal service, first in community pride, first in supporting local kids giving their all for the home school, first in state-of-the-art banking. We're First Bank and Trust, Cozad, Clay Center, and Eustis.
Is injury keeping you on the sidelines? Let Drs. Dan Slosky, Heber Crockett, and John Wright help you get back in the game. Fellowship trained in sports medicine, they can provide the necessary treatment and rehabilitation to get you on the field or court. New West Sports Medicine, 3219 Central Avenue, Suite 102, Kearney. For the athlete and all. Helpful people, dependable products, the ones you can count on, and fast food. This is easy when you connect with customers. Fast Fills is your local Cenex convenience store. Helpful, like great team members.
Put your car truck, manufacturer studs. Free estimates from certified tech. That's who we are.
Michigan Sports Incorporated of Kearney wants you to see them before the game.
All ready to go here. Again, Chad Hartman, 6'2", 230-pound kicker. He don't kick soccer style, you know what I mean? 230-pound guys for 71 on their chest. They don't kick it soccer style. No.
With a big toe punch.
That's right. This is that old school, just put all your weight behind it, boot her down the field deal. That's exactly what he does, and just kind of bounce around, and it's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. Yep.
kind of one of those low liners, and that took a bounce right underneath McTavish, right into the end zone.
That'll be an error on the shortstop. Now, I don't know if the ball is touched or not. It doesn't matter. The momentum of the kick takes it into the end zone. It don't matter whether it was touched or not. In high school football, they're just dead at that point.
Yeah, get the ball 20 yards.
So, here we go here. So Wood River will have it 1st and 10 from the 20. Hawthorne in under center. They'll go with that Maryland eye. Quick little pitch on the outside. That's McTavish. McTavish gets a corner, but doesn't get too many yards. He gained just a couple of yards out there. He strung out nicely. And I think we'll probably give credit on the tackle to either Jackson Kenton, who I was informed I'm supposed to mention I phrase is beast they wanted me to hear. He is a good football player. He is a very good football player. And I think Michael also was out there kind of stringing that play out. Again, we're going to go with the fouls with the I formation here. And there's movement up front, and the guys with the purple pants clapping their hands. I think Gibbon went offside, and it does appear to that to be true.
Yep, it is marched off the towards Gibbon area, so we had an offside penalty on Gibbon this time.
There's the rules, and we just violated them rules there. They'll make it now 2nd and 1. Again, that Maryland eye. Fullbacks, and then the running back, and the ball to the tailback, and boy, running through there with McTavish, and McTavish running low to the ground, and they threw a flag again, and actually hit one. I don't know if it means it was on him, or what, but there was a flag thrown. It one of the given players. And it's a hold on Wood River. He wasn't the one that was that committed the infraction. He might have been the one that was violated. That was a pretty good throw, but I'll tell you what, your back judge is throwing a holding call in the backfield.
Yeah. Another penalty on Wood River, pushes them back again.
Well, here's going to be 2nd and about 8. Be a spot foul. Pitch to McTavish. McTavish comes through to a little bit of a seam here. Then he's going to be wrapped up after gaining the 1st down. And again, that Maryland eye, the first guy hits, a blue jersey. The second guy hits a different blue jersey. And then another guy with a white jersey runs past him.
Yep. He did a good job that time, kind of waiting and making something happen. And if something did happen, then he opened up a little bit of a hole. And he picked up enough for that 1st down. Nice run that time, following his block and picking up what he could on the left side as he was nice little top pitch to give him the football right up the middle to Martin.
And Martin breaks through one tackle, bounces to the outside, and he's going to go the distance. They thought they had it wrapped up, but he's going to go all the way in for the score. He's going to run 62 yards for a touchdown.
Nice, just a quick little handoff right up the middle to Martin, and first guy missed, and then he bounced off another guy, and then it was a little bit of a foot race, and somebody got just enough of another person from Gibbon to clear it out, and he ended up running all the way for the touchdown.
So he goes 62 yards for the score, and that's going to make it now 27-3, and now we'll try to add on the extra point. Just one of those plays that just didn't look like it was going to do a lot. You can just say, oh, nice line search, blah, 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 and the next thing you know, we're lining up for the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. So our score, 28-3. Here as the first drive of the 2nd half, very effective here for Wood River. You know they had a penalty in the middle of it. They get the 62-yard score, and they lead by 25. We're back after this. Has a 33-yard touchdown run. He has a 62-yard touchdown run. The young man's got 95 yards just in his scoring run. Yeah, so he's well over the century mark here today.
Yeah, running the football, as we mentioned at halftime, he's a good running back, runs the football extremely hard. And like we said, there didn't look like there was much there that way, but as he broke through and ran the football extremely hard again, the 62 yards.
And again, Rivera, who was hurt making a reception, is not back deep. It will be Dalton Jordan. So Jordan will be back deep here for the Buffaloes, and Jordan will field the ball at about the 10-yard line. Setting up the middle, now bounces to the outside, has a little bit of a seam over here, and he's going to be hit hard right on the sideline. Good, solid hit right on the sideline by Seth Bossard. Yep. And boy, again, you can hear that. You can feel the concussion of that hit up here.
Yep. As Jordan did a good job that time. You know, it wasn't nothing in the middle. He bounced it out to the outside on the right side, and Bossard had a good angle on him. So
just run north and south. I mean, you're not going to get anything getting east and west because you got 11 guys running at you.
Yep, he did a real good job of picking up.
He did. Found a nice little seam here. Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. Benj in at quarterback. They'll throw the ball in underneath, and it is caught and then pasted immediately. Benj makes the catch from the pass from Benj.
Nice tackle that time by Baxter that time. As he just caught the football, Baxter was right there.
So Cole Benj with a nice little reception. I'll tell you what, holding on to that football was not going to be an easy task, and he did it.
Yeah, he did. That was a nice hit by Baxter that time. Nice little, 6-yard pickup, 5-6 yard pickup for Gibbon. Maybe they, move the momentum, move it on down the field. Oh. And now Gibbon jumped offside that time.
Gives those 5 yards right back.
Yep. But just when you had something kind of going, moving the football a little bit, on their first possession, and they give the football or give the yardage right back, and now it'll be second.
So, when you're 2-5 and you're down by 25, you need to have some pocket things happen, and if you keep stubbing your toe, it makes it hard to run real well when you keep doing that. So here's Benj in the shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his right a little bit. Backside pressure coming. He throws the ball, and it is incomplete. Intended for Colt Benj. And it is overthrown just a little bit. Just a fraction.
Yep. As he had a little bit of pressure coming from the backside, but he did a good job rolling to the right side here. And, just a little bit outside that time, the hands of Colt Benj that time. But it was a nice, designed play, and he was open if he could have maybe had a little bit more time to get that ball in.
And he just doesn't, and he can't just stop it and get himself set. He has to throw that ball while running. That does make that task just a little bit harder. Benj takes the snap, has trips to his left, he's looking that way, he throws, and it is incomplete. There really just wasn't anywhere to put that football where it was going to be caught. He did keep the pass very safe as he intended it to Louis Schuster, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, because he had a lot of pressure coming from the backside again. Like you said, Randy, he isn't able to, set and throw. He has to throw on the move all the time, and that makes that pass a little bit harder.
Elm Creek 27, Cambridge 6. That is the final, as Elm Creek will win the district championship. Congratulations to them. This is snap. Puts into the football on 4th and long for the punt, and it's bouncing around, and it's going to roll dead. And while we're waiting for the ball to be touched, we'll give you some more scores. Eustis Farnham over Elwood, 6-2 is the final. Oglala and McCook are tied at 7. That game's now in the 4th quarter. You don't see too many of those.
I thought maybe that was the Yankees score or something.
Nope, sorry. And let's see. More scores are supposed to be coming. My text said I got more coming. I don't see them yet. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. And just a little quick pitch to that right side. No room to run whatsoever.
As McTavish just followed his fullback and looked right up the middle and got what he could out of that one, but it looks like we got a flag in the back.
So the Eagles are looking for a little illegal shift action here. It'll be a false start. That'll back them up 5 yards. That'll be 2nd and 15 from 13-yard line. Math education right there. That's tough. That's as easy as that gets. So they'll go Maryland I here. Here's the other half of my text of this game. I'll get you some more scores here in just a little bit. Maryland I landed off the first back running through there. Trying to catch it napping was Chad Smith. And Smith really no room to run whatsoever there. He gets back about 1 yard is all.
Yeah, but it was just a quick but there, Gibbon did a very good job with their linebackers and their front line, getting in there and making the tackle.
Lincoln Southeast 21-27. That game is now in the third. And Hastings 44-19 over Grand Island Northwest. That game is also in the third. Bossart rolls out to his right, trying to connect in underneath, and it is incomplete as he's trying to find Bossart. So Seth wasn't able to make the reception from the ball thrown by Mitch.
Nope, like you said, he just rolled out a little bit to the right, got kind of an in route. There wasn't a whole lot there. Gibbon did a very good job that time.
So let's take a look playbook here for 3rd and 13 from the 15-yard line. I don't think we're probably going to have a double wingback reverse by any stretch of the imagination because you just don't want to give Gibbon the short field here, but he still would like to keep possession of the football. So they're going to roll to the left. Bossart has a little time to throw. He's going to throw the ball deep, high in the air, and it is incomplete. Breaking it up with good coverage was Alex Steele, and Steele had got the ball. I think Wood River had been happy. That'd been a pretty good punt because that ball was thrown deep. That ball would have been near midfield.
Yeah, you're right, Randy. He just rolled off there, throwing the ball as far as he could down the field, and like you said, it was good coverage by Steele, and I think Wood River would have been happy if that would have been picked off because it would have been about 50.
And pretty good pressure being put on the punt, but Martin is able to get it out of there, and it's going to be picked up at about the 45-yard line. And Van Mater running with the ball. Now check it. I thought it was Van Mater, but it's Colt Benj, and what made me think that was Colt Benj is about the same size.
Yep.
And there is a player down here for Wood River that looks to me like a friend.
Yeah, I think, yep.
It was hurt like the Dickens, but we might still see the player out of there. And I believe, we talked earlier about Rivera, and I don't want to start any rumors here, but I believe Rivera is on his way to the hospital as appeared to have a concussion.
We saw the ambulance even at halftime there, so
well, Coach Collins might. Coach Collins. Coach Collins with bed expressing if nothing else. Yeah. He may not be tall enough. Your basketball players might still dangle at the Collins areas. 8:10 to go here in the third quarter. It's 28-3. Wood River with the lead and the football. Check that. Gibbon with the football. And throw the ball in underneath. Nice little catch to the tight end. Nice little design play there. As my mic fades, Austin Jordan makes the reception. Yep. And is going to have a nice little gain of about 7 here when done stacking.
So nice job by Benj rolling out. Nice catch by Jordan that time, and just a nice little hook up between those two to pick up about 7 yards on the play. So gives them very good, manageable second short yards.
And they're running it with a little bit of hurry up here. They hand the ball off to the first back coming through, and really no room to run whatsoever for Van Mater. And he's going to, I think they moved it forward about a quarter of an inch. Yeah. And that's going to set up third and about 4.
Yeah, like you said, Randy, there wasn't a whole lot there as he just turned, Benj just turned and handed off. And Meter just tried to pick up what he could there, and there just wasn't much there.
So again, you're down by 25. You're midway through. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4 down territory with the ball at the 30-yard line. Why would you punt? Benj will take the snap at about 35. Little flea flicker as he hand the ball off to his running back. He pitched it back. They throw the ball deep, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, but just a little bit of, like we said, we're going to see some of the plays, with a little bit of a flea flicker action out of that. By having beat Alex Steele having just about a step behind him, but they couldn't quite hook up that time with just overthrowing a little bit.
And then one of the things about that play, I just don't think Wood River committed to that run enough. I think Van Mater needed to run 1 or 2 more steps with it and then turn around and pitch it. But you're 135 pounds and you're running into somebody. That's easy to say. Here we go, Oklahoma swinging gate. They got a wide out to the left. Gibbon is the one that has to call a timeout with this formation. So Gibbon calls timeout here. Will be 4th and 4, ball at the 30-yard line. with 6:52 to go in the third. Our score, 28-3. Wood River with the lead. Gibbon, I'm sure he's going to be going for it. We come back to the left. Actually, two backs to the left of Benj, who's the quarterback. And they'll snap it. Benj is looking to throw. And he's going to roll to his left. Still scrambling around. Still could throw if he wanted to. Goes back up the middle. And I don't know. I think he's going to be short. He is knocked out of bounds. And they're going to be short, I believe.
Nice job scrambling around by Benj that time. What you had the first initial look at wasn't there, so he kind of scrambled a little bit up.
I got the wrong line. That's the game at about 7.
Yeah, he was up picking up. Nice little scramble move by Benj.
And again, that's one of the beauties of that design, of that formation. Everything's all spread out.
Yep.
You get a good athlete out there that can run the football like Benj. There's some fun things that can happen.
Yep. Hopefully we don't see the last half.
I know, that's fun. Put that in from a little kids football game on Sunday. And off to Van Meter on the right side of a standard formation. Really no room to run there at all. As the penetration right in the middle by Martin.
Yep, as Wood River did a good job that time of getting some line penetration. And Van Meter had nowhere to run on the right side. As Wood River did a good job of getting back.
He actually lost about half yard. Moving here, 6:13, 6:12, now 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. Down by 25, and Benj will be in shotgun formation here. Also the football, man in motion to his right. They let him clear through. He'll take the snap and run the little option up the middle, and he's going to be pulled down at about the 15-yard line. And there's going to be a flag. Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed it was a flag. No flags on the play, and he didn't gain much ground there at all. He's going to gain maybe that half yard they lost, and it's going to be third and a full 10 yards.
It wasn't too bad by Benj because he kind of went, run that option, and somebody took the back right away. So he just tried to tuck it up and pick up what he could, and he ended up picking up the yard.
Before. You try to get in that situation, and you end up being a kill more times than not. So just kind of get what you can, live to fight another day, and that other day is right now. 3rd and 10, no pressure coming. They roll out the quarterback, and his pass is incomplete. Trying to connect up on the inside with number 17, Luke Schuster. Yep. And I think Baxter was in there as well.
Yeah, very good defensive play by Baxter that time. He was right there with Schuster as Schuster made his cut. So didn't Baxter make the cut right even with him.
So 4:10 to go here. I checked that. 5:10 to go here. It's 4th down and 10. That's where the 4:10 came in. 4th and 10 here, so they will go for it. And Benj will put a man in motion. Now he stops. He's in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Backdoor pressure coming. He throws the ball up high in the end zone and incomplete. They're trying to get it in the end zone. I didn't think that was a badly thrown ball, but Austin Jordan couldn't come up with it. And it is incomplete.
And Bothard, Seth Bothard was coming on a corner blitz on the backside. And as Jordan ran that route to the backside, Benj turns to throw, and Bothard's right there by him. If he would have had maybe a second more, he might have been able to make that connection.
Good coverage, and also enough pressure there that you just couldn't really have the time necessary to make that play work. But you're right, it was close on either end. Handoff right up the middle. Great line search here for Wood River, as I think it was Van Meter that carried it. Not Van Meter, rather, but now we're getting a little chippy out there. The referees are going to separate everybody, as the football was carried up the middle by McTavish.
Yep. And, like you said, Randy, nice line surge. End up picking up about, 6 yards out of the play, 5, 6 yards out of the play. And nice job by the line by Wood River that time.
And again, most of that was done by the line. I mean, just it all went forward, and McTavish ends up with a gain of about 6 on the play. And again, they'll go with that Maryland eye. And it's McTavish again. And he's going to be pulled down by Benj. And down at his feet First one there actually was Burke Lindemann.
Yep, nice job by the line of Wood River that time again. Ended up picking up another about 6-7 yards. And that's what they want to do. You know, if you're Wood River, you want to keep the clock going. Just keep moving the chain, keep the clock moving.
And we'll be inside of 4 minutes. Well, right at 4 minutes when we take the snap here. We'll pitch to McTavish. McTavish on the right side. And Colton Benj, first one there to slow it down. He's still not down yet, and he's going to gain a couple of yards.
You know, nice just little toss to the right side. McTavish trying to get the end. Couldn't quite make it over there. Wood River, or Gibbon was right there to turn him back inside, and a couple of nice hits, but by the time they unstack him, he ends up picking up about 4 yards.
And again, Benz was the one there to make sure that he wasn't able to really get a big gainer on that. Did a nice job, but he also got blocked. He was able to force the play in, but got blocked and wasn't able to make the tackle, and it still ends up being a 4-yard gain. Here's Martin right up the middle, breaks one tackle, bounces to the outside, has only one man to beat, and he outruns him for the corner of the end zone and is in for the touchdown. That is a 60-yard run, and no flags on the field.
Yep, and nice run that time. You know, they've been doing McTavish to the right, McTavish to the left, tossing it to him, and they just gave it to Martin right up the middle that time as McTavish came to the outside, and Gibbon kind of went to the outside with him, and Martin did a very good job of running the football. That kid runs the football extremely, extremely hard.
Johnny Martin, 2 carries in the second half, 2 touchdowns, and 122 yards. That's awfully efficient. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Our score, Wood River 35, Gibbon 3. We got 3:12 to go here in the third quarter, and we're back after this. For the touchdown late in that second quarter, and not got it on 4th down. We would have that running clock scenario right now, so it gives them one more possession to kind of get something going here. And get as much as anything, you just kind of want to end things off here on a good note. You've had a couple of your better players hurt. Hermosa couldn't play tonight. Logan Rivera is on his way to the hospital. He checked out with a concussion. And you just kind of want to end the season a little bit better than things are going here in this game.
Yeah, you do. You know, maybe you get something here with the return and maybe get something going for Gibbon.
You know, they've done some fun stuff and catching the ball, but having a knee on the ground when he makes the catch is Dalton Jordan, and then he's going to be down right there. I always think that's so unfortunate. I almost think they should just make a rule that on a kickoff, if your knee hits the ground just on the kickoff,
when you're fielding it like that.
when you're fielding it like that, you'd be able to do it. Now, if you're making a catch, your quarterback's throwing the ball, you deserve to be down there. But you know, that's a good decision not to let the ball hit the ground. And, so he did everything right, except the knee was only a half inch away from being perfect.
Yep.
At least he caught the football. So the ball will be spotted at the 24. It's a relatively, it's about 14, I believe.
Yeah.
So the ball's at the 14-yard line. And Benj is going to pump fake. He's going to throw the ball deep. Good tight spiral. Got a man there, and it's caught. It's Van Meter, and he's going to pull down just short of the 40-yard line. Throw the ball deep to your running back, and a nice gain on the play all the way from the 14 across midfield, just short of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice play that time. Nice hookup with, and a nice pass by Benj that time to get Van Meter in. Van Meter just had about a step and a half, and Benj did a good job of laying the football right in there, and Van Meter did a great job of taking it and ended up running about another 10 yards after 10, 12 yards after the catch.
And that is a 45-yard reception. So nice pass there, and Benj is going to throw it again, and that one is going to fall incomplete. And again, they are trying to find Alex Steele in underneath.
Yep, as Van Meter kind of ran a little bit of an in route, and Alex kind of ran a top route. I think Benj thought he was right that time, and just didn't hook up with Alex that time.
So here we go. It'll be 2nd and 10. I think we're going to see a fairly steady diet of throwing the football here to stop the clock. Benj will step up in underneath. That's off his receiver's hands. They're going to be intercepted. Intercepted on the far side, and he's got the sideline. That's Bossart. Bossart, they got the angle. They're trying to force him out of bounds, and they do so, but not until he gets about to the 15-yard line. That was a good ball, but off the receiver's hand. That's one of those you put on your quarterback, but that's a ball that probably should have been caught, and it's tipped up, and it's just kind of snowballing right now on Gibbon.
Yeah, it is. He ran a nice route as he turned, Benj threw the football and went off his hand. And then, Wood River picked it off and went down the sideline, and they got all the way down to about the 14-yard line on an interception return there by Wood River.
And give Seth Bossart, kudos, because he had to go a fair distance after the ball was tipped and got there, and he caught it right in stride. So it's kind of like there's blood in the water, and right now the Eagles are acting like the Sharks. I'll go with the Maryland Eye here. Big little pitch. Cutting in is going to be Martin. Martin to the right, and he's going to be pulled down, something that hasn't happened to him all second half. He's been tackled.
Yep. It's kind of one of those things. He ends up gaining about 5 yards on the play, but that's his worst carry he's had in the second half.
His average here in the second half is going to plummet. He had been averaging over 60 yards a carry.
And 2 touchdowns.
And a touchdown, but that's a nice 5-yard gain. Ball will be at about the 8-yard line where it's 2nd and 6. And Martin will be the only back in the backfield as they'll run the quarterback sneak right through the middle. And, boy, that was a pretty good line surge, but somehow he was able to be squared up by Jackson Kenton.
Yeah.
The rest of the line went up, but the quarterback did, because Kenton didn't stay blocked, did he?
Nope, as Kenton had a hold of him. The line kind of was pushing everybody else, but they forgot to block Kenton.
I think they tried.
Yeah. Kenton made a nice play that time. Coming up with the tackle.
They will go with that Maryland Eye. They might be looking for Jackson Kenton there. And Bossart's going to roll to his right, lob it in the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Nice look. It's literally just lobbed up there, and running underneath it was Bossart. So Seth Bossart makes the reception.
Yep, as they've been running the football so well, Wood River has, so they fake the dive right up the middle, and then Bossart just kind of, act like he's going to block, and just made it out to the right side, was wide open, and nice pass in there for the touchdown.
So on to try the point after is going to be Alex Natick, and his kick is up, and it is good. So your score, 42-3. 39-point lead now for the Wood River Eagles with 1:04 to go here in the third. We'll take a quick break. We'll have the kickoff. Running clock here after the kickoff. They get things going. The clock won't stop on any of those incompletions. So that philosophy that Gibbon had to try to extend the game with passing, and if it happens to be incomplete, you stop the clock. Well, that strategy's out the window now.
Yep, because, with up 39, it'll be running the clock the whole time. As Gibbon will probably still have to do some passing and stuff, but you said, Randy, when it's incomplete, the clock will still be running.
And that, so you think you can run the football better. A lot of times you'll still. Van Mater here will take the kickoff. It hits the ground. He picks it up, goes to the outside, and he's going to be knifed under after he gets about to the 27-yard line. As I was saying, a lot of times you'll go with the passing game, even though you think you might be able to run the ball better, because that'll stop the clock, and you have to go with that philosophy. Well, now you're going to go with your best plays here.
Plays, yep.
That's not a factor here, because they get things started, and as soon as they get the ball spotted and they switch footballs and everything, they'll wind the clock and they'll go till a scoring play or somebody calls timeout. Well, we're at 58.3 seconds to go here. They will hand the ball off to Van Mater, who comes in motion, and he's going to come back up the middle and gain maybe about 5 yards on the play. A little bit different look there, because they lined up Van Mater as the wing back, essentially, and brought him in motion.
Yep, and, that's a good thing for Gibbon, try to get the football in Van Meter's hands as much as you can, because he's a good little running back. Like we said, he's not a very big running back, but he's a good little running back. He hits the holes hard, and he goes after everything, and he picked up, about 5 yards there.
A lot of freshmen are scared, period. And, a lot of kids 135 pounds are scared. He ain't either one of those two things. Yep. The only thing he is a freshman. And they fake the little hand up. Now they will hand it. They will have a wing-back pass. And it is going to be intercepted. Pass is intercepted. Nice job coming back on the ball and coverage by Brock Baxter. And Baxter takes the interception of the pass thrown by Alex Steele.
Yep, as good coverage by Wood River that time as they didn't fight on the reverse, and they were right there as the pass was made by Gibbon and picked the pass off.
And running clock.
Yep.
Has the half end here, not the half rather, but the quarter. So it will be Wood River football. When we come back, they lead at 42-3 as we start the fourth quarter. Wood River with the lead and the ball here in Gibbon. When we come back right after this. And that'll just kind of get you to run out of time here if you're the Gibbon Buffaloes. And again, you probably want to get a little bit better taste in your mouth than what you got right now. Bossart's going to roll out. He's going to throw the ball and has the man there. Sliding catch, but did it hit the turf first? They still haven't seen an indication. And they're going to wave it off.
They're going to wave it off, yeah.
The referee's going to wave it off. Bossart was trying to make the sales pitch, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Seth was trying to talk him into it.
And he did a good job, as the ball was just slightly underthrown there. And he kind of flipped, kind of came back to the football, but he did a good job of trying to get the ball. And then selling it that he did catch it.
He's short hop. Yeah. And I think the referee on the near side over here really didn't have a very good angle at it. And I think he had to guess, and the other official didn't help him. But I think they got it right. Here they're going to try a double pass here. They get it back, and they throw it deep, and it is incomplete.
Yep. And, they tried that a couple of times, and the guy's been wide open, and they tried it again here with the double pass. And Gibbon kind of bit on it right at the beginning, but then recovered in time to get back there to knock the ball away.
So Shad Smith not able to make the connection, and pretty good coverage there by Gibbon. And, again, Bossart throws a pretty good ball, and, yeah. He wasn't Bossart. I mean, and even with that, I think even with your starting quarterback, you have time to throw. That probably wasn't going to be caught because that was pretty darn good coverage downfield by Gibbon. They stayed true to their assignment. Here it's going to be 3rd and 10. They're going to run a little reverse. Here's McTavish. McTavish picks up one block, cuts to the outside, now to the inside, runs through another one, and they're going to call a clip. And I don't think there was one, but they're going to call a clip, and he is brought down at about the 30-yard line.
Yep, as he made that cutback, that's where the flag was thrown. Looked like a pretty good block, but looks like they're going to be called for a situation as the refs kind of signaling for one of the Gibbon guys over and see what they want to do with this one, which is not going to be a hard decision.
No. Here's the reason I say that. The block in the back, the blocker stopped and was trying to pull up.
Yeah.
But in any event, refs saw what they saw, and they were closer to it than I am. And that's going to bring back a pretty good play. Going to be a block in the back, and it's going to put it pretty much right at the original line of scrimmage. So that block, that's a 10-yard penalty instead of a 15-yard clip. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it was right at the first down marker, which means it's 3rd and 10.
Yep. That's a nice little run there that time, too, but as you said, it's going to bring it all the way back just for 3rd and 10 now.
Again, when they will stop the clock for that, and Smith is going to get another pitch, and now he's going to step back. Now he's going to throw it back to his quarterback, and now his quarterback is going to throw the football, and it's going to be caught. So a little lateral back to the quarterback, to the running back, Smith, and then they get it back to Bossart, and then they throw the ball deep down the field, and it's going to be caught there by Brock Baxter.
Yep, and they had kind of a double, triple pass that time as they threw it over here to Bossart, and he threw it back.
Who has completed his high school football career. Ball was spotted about the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll go with Maryland I. Quick pitch to McTavish. McTavish on that far side as the flag comes down, comes in underneath, spins through one tackle, and Boy, he runs hard. He's down the 15-yard line, but there's a big yellow hanky right there on the original line of scrimmage.
Yep, as McTavish did a good job. You know, he went to the left side and had a nice run as he got hit about, a 5-yard gain, kind of spun off that and ended up picking up about, 18, 19, but it's all for nothing as we bring it back.
Yeah, got the hold. I should have wrote down the penalty, but like I said, might have ran out of ink.
I don't know if we had a couple of pins or not.
It's a long night for penalties. Now making out 1st and 20, ball at the 41-yard line. Again, our score is 42-3. 9:14 to go after they mark the penalty. They'll start the clock again. They'll go Maryland I. Bossart's rolling to his right, throws it in underneath. It's going to be caught, and then immediately knocked out of bounds is going to be Lambrecht. So Garrett Lambrecht with a nice little catch, knocked out of bounds. And again, that doesn't matter, he's out of bounds. Clock's still running here. Yep. We got a 39-point game.
Yep, as they did a good job rolling to his right that time and throwing a nice pass to Lambrecht, and Lambrecht hauled it in. We'll have about 8 or 9.
Yeah, that's, you're getting half of it there. You got 12 of the 20 you need. And Bossart's going to roll to his left, picks up a couple of blocks, throws the ball up high and into the end zone. It's caught and in for the touchdown. Great reception down there to Brian Burr. And Burr goes in for a 31-yard score.
Yeah, Bossart, nice job rolling to his left side, throwing a nice pass downfield as Burr hauled it right in at the goal line and taking it in. Nice catch and nice pass.
So 8:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. Alex Kanai going to try the extra point. Run in the tee for him. Forgot to bring that the last couple of times, actually. Now test your assistant coach's arm. They're throwing in the tee that far. And I think we're going to have a delay game penalty here. Or is there a timeout? Delay a game. Kanani's going to have to try that 5 yards deep. So that'll work out to be the equivalent of a 25-yard field goal.
Wood River looked, they looked pretty impressive tonight with the running and now, they're doing quite a bit of passing and stuff as Gibbon's kind of coming up on the run. We'll be lined up for the extra point.
And it is up and good. So our score is 49-3. Wood River with the lead over Gibbon. Gibbon will be getting the ball when we come back after this.
Nebraska Farm Bureau offers a number of great benefits, from its member group rates with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska to the most visible economic benefit through Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Running clock situation, and if you're wondering, at that point the clock would stop the conversion. Penalties and conversions, about the only time we'll ever stop the clock.
Yep. Gibbon, like you said, Randy, it's nice to see him get something going here, see if they can't move the football, Be kind of nice to see him get something, moving there.
Well, and I think at this point we probably are going to be seeing a fair number of reserves. That's one thing that happens with that running clock. You put in your reserves a little bit earlier in terms of clock time because they're not going to get as many snaps. Van Maynard gets the kickoff, breaks through one tackle, comes up the middle, and there's a whole flock of Eagles that meet him at about the 33-yard line.
Yep. And he did a good job, I like this Van Meter kid. He's a hard runner. He'll try to, pick up what he can. He'll run hard. If there's nothing there, he's going to lower his shoulder and pick up whatever he can. And there was a good example right there. As he got to the, wall there, he just kind of lowered his shoulder and picked up what he could.
And again, there's going to be some holes out there for Gibbon next year, but they got some good young kids out there, and Van Mater is one of them, Monster being another one. Benj will be in at quarterback. The senior throws the ball, and it's a little bit too far, and it is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Dalton Jordan, the junior, and it falls incomplete.
Yep, as he gave a little bit of a fake to the outside. Dalton Jordan kind of ran a little in route and just a little bit outside or a little bit long on that one, and the connection wasn't made.
I'm just looking here for, and I'll do the same thing for Wood River here in a little bit. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 starters for Gibbon who are seniors. Here's one of them, quarterback, trying to connect the bench. So bench to bench, it is incomplete, and Cody couldn't connect the pole.
And both those last two passes just a little bit too long, but then, good passes, but it's just a tad bit too long. And, Bench throws a good football.
I was just going to say, it's a pretty ball. I mean, it's just nice, tight spiral. Just, something that pretty ought to be caught, shouldn't it? I mean, it just always seems that way. But, when you're 2 and 5, everything's just off by a fraction. He'll step up and throw, and he throws the ball right through the hands of Van Bailey, who made a great catch. Yeah. This one wasn't able to haul that man. That ball not only was it pretty. Bounces to the outside. He might hit the corner. Carrying the football is Baxter. Baxter down that sideline. Picks up another block. And then is forced out of bounds. The flag is shown right at the goal. That gives you an idea. That's going to be half the distance, and there isn't a whole lot of distance there, thanks to the great return of back. And that ball's going to be spotted. Again, I got a very poor angle here to try to figure out what that is. This is going to be about the 2-yard line. Yep. I think it's inside the 3, I believe. Yeah. The 3 is where they do the conversion. Yeah, the 3 is where they do the conversion. That's inside of that. And to the tailback, that's going to be Baxter. Baxter is in that tailback. He's normally middle linebacker. They figured, hey, you got that close, we're going to give you a shot at it anyway. He gains maybe half a yard. Yep.
He's a senior also, so, we might be going, hey, let's get this guy in the end zone.
Now look at my stats. I don't know if he's ever had our stats wouldn't necessarily say this. Individual rushing, Brock Baxter. He has 1 touchdown this year, so he's done it before. They're going to hand it to him. He bounces to the outside, and he's going to get the 2-yard touchdown.
Baxter scoring for the Eagles.
So the senior gets the touchdown.
And, that's a good job, as he did a lot on the return, on the punt return there. So, the coach is probably going, hey, let's get this guy in the end zone for what he did before that, and which was getting them down to the 3-yard line with a little bit of help from Gibbon on the penalty, but he,
not very low, because that was only half the distance.
Yep. So he thought, hey, let's get this guy in the end zone.
So they're trying for point here. High snap, great hands, but it is blocked. Nice block. I think they'll shoot through the guy's hands on it. Nope, I think the guys are not high-fiving him. They're high-fiving Nathan Byrne, and Byrne is the one that comes up with the block. And so our score remains 55-3. 4:47 to go here in the football game, as Wood River is very much in control here in Gibbon. We're back after this.
Foster Family Foods and Aaron Krieger and Gibbon is your full-service satisfaction as always.
snowball a little bit for Gibbon, you know. 4:47 left to go in this game. When they get the football back here, maybe they can make a little bit something happen and move the football on where, like you said, Randy, earlier, we'll probably start seeing a lot of reserves coming into the game and playing this last 4:47.
Yeah, and I know why they do the running clock rule, and I agree with it. But the effect of it is, a lot of times these guys who haven't played a JV game or a reserve game for quite some time, because those ended about 2-3 weeks ago, and they want to kind of get out there. They want to play. They want to do all that stuff, but they're not going to have too many opportunities with that running clock. And again, I don't think it's the purpose that you want it to do, but that's the cost.
Yep, you're right. These guys have been practicing all year too. They want to get out there and then get snap it in and see what they can do out there on the football field.
And there's pretty good discussion about teed off at, and it should be about 45. They normally kick off at the 40, right? Yeah, so in high school, you tee up at the 40, get 15 yards. Now you're across midfield, you're at the 45. I don't know why the conversation took so long for them. We did that pretty short.
Yeah, we did.
So to kick it off, and I'm sure to punch it in the end zone is going to be Burr. And Burr with a high kick. And it's going to die at about the 3-yard line. They pick it up. And on that far side, returning the kick. Have a little fun with Jackson Kidd.
Yeah.
You don't see too many 53s out there.
Yep. Picking up the football and taking off with him. But as we had a lot of cheering going on here.
It's a pound bomb is what that is.
Yep.
And let's see what Gibbon does here. Again, why not? Whatever you got a triple wingback, reverse, swinging, whatever, go ahead.
It's the time to do it.
You bet, there's no reason not to. Ben's at quarterback. Van Mater will be his running back to his right. He's got kind of a bunch to his left. Ben's is looking towards that bunch, has to roll out to his right. Looking to throw, and it is incomplete. Again, he had a little time to look around and try to find somebody. Ball spot at the 21-yard line. He can do a lot of stuff back there. You don't have to worry about the safety too much.
Yeah, as when he got the snap, he kind of rolled to his left here, and there wasn't nothing there. He kind of rolled back to his right, and wasn't too much there either, so he threw it downfield. Incomplete pass.
And again, with that running clock, the clock is still moving here. We're at 3:22. As Benj will step in under center. Now he's rolling out. A pump fake, looking to throw, just kind of flipping it downfield, and it is incomplete. I'll tell you what, that was just a flip of the wrist.
Yeah,
that was a flip of the wrist. The ball went 35 yards with a tight spiral.
Yeah. Like we said, he throws a good football as far as, looking good, throwing it with tight spiral and everything like that. There just wasn't nobody open right there, and he just kind of flicked it down. And it went 35 yards on a flick of the wrist.
Yeah, I got him being 6 of 25. It's the football. Not that many completions.
Yeah.
But a lot of pretty looking passes.
Yeah, you're right.
And Benj will tap his center as he steps in under center. And he'll hand the ball off to the first guy coming through, and he is absolutely pasted.
Yeah. Nice tackle that time. Nice big, I don't even know what number he is.
Yeah, I think that was Tyson McLam. For Wood River.
Just kind of stepped right in there on that. Just made a nice tackle.
I think they handed the ball to keeper Michael, and he's like, yeah. Here they're going to punt. As it's fourth and a whole bunch, ball is bouncing around, and Baxter's just going to walk away from it at about the 42-yard line. Minute 48 to go here. Actually, the clock is still moving. You don't get everything all spotted here. Most of that running clock. They're still running, so only, last time I said this, we had 6 snaps, but we probably only have a couple of snaps left here in the game.
Yeah. They're going to take over about the 43-yard line. And, they got a lot of things that they've been doing well here. We're probably going to see a couple little dive plays.
And again, they'll just pitch the ball back and running with the football on the backup running back. That's Brad Soto. And Soto, the senior, gets to carry the football. And he gains 4 inches.
Yeah. About 50 seconds to go in the game.
They signal the time that they got 25 seconds to snap the football, so this may be the last snap. Soto is still in the eye here. They'll pitch the ball to him. He's going to follow his blocks on the outside, go down the sideline. There's only one guy to beat, and that's Bench. Bench can't get there. Soto is down to about the 15-yard line. He almost took it to the house, and that should be the final play of the game. There's 20 seconds left.
Because he did a nice job, and got to the left side there. And he broke one tackle right at the line of scrimmage and ended up taking it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Well, my money, if they get a chance to snap it, I bet Soto carries the football here, and they do pitch it to him. He goes to the right side, cuts back in, and he's at the 5, lunges forward. He's going to be pulled down there. And that's going to do it. Last play of the game. And Soto runs for about 45 yards in the game, but that's going to do it. Final score, 55-3, as again Wood River very impressive here tonight. And remember, early stages of that second quarter, boy, you can't ask a whole lot more of your running back than what Johnny Martin did. He had carries of 60 and 62 yards his first 2 carries of the second half, and he had a huge night tonight. He's going to finish with right at 200 yards on the evening.
Yeah, Johnny Martin ran the football extremely well tonight. He runs it hard, 205-pound